On this, I'm like 24, and today I have a fun deck for you. Well, it's gonna be 2 decks, but I'm gonna do one video out of them because I don't have much gameplay out of it. The first one, I think this is my favorite one out of both of them. It's basically a Dark Necrofear, and you can summon Dark Necrofear like after turn 2 or 3, so it's extremely fast. And most of the time, what you want to do is you want to set a Doomdog Octhros. I don't know how to pronounce that second name. So you set it, and you set Chisude or a Needlebug Nest, and you let your opponent destroy it. Once it gets destroyed, you activate its effect to get Dark Necrofear from your deck to your hand, and then after that you follow it up with a Needlebug Nest, and that should set you up for you to be able to summon Dark Necrofear that next turn, because he's a fiend, so all you really need to do is to mill 2 of them, and most of the time you do. There's haven't been an occasion when I don't have enough monsters to summon Dark Necrofear, so the deck is extremely consistent. The only thing that it does have is one of the drawbacks is that it doesn't have a lot of back row destruction. So if you destroy like a Pump Princess, or they have Wonder Balloons early on in the game, it's gonna be really hard for you to come back unless you just destroy them in the first couple of turns. If you want to go ahead and try to make it a little bit more competitive, just take out the Storm, the Arcfiend Labyrinth, and the Hour of Luck, and put in maybe tornadoes or twisters or D-spells or whatever it is that you have. So the deck consists of 1 Dark Necrofear, 3 Sphere Kuriboh, 1 Invader of Darkness, 3 Discblade Riders, 3 Doomdogs, 1 An Owl of Luck, 1 Arcfiend Labyrinth, 2 Monster Reincarnations, 1 Storm, and the Storm usually destroy the Labyrinth or and a dead Needlebug's Nest or a dead Monster Reincarnation, 1 Michisude, and 3 Needlebug Nest. So let's go into a replay, and the deck's actually really fun to play and really consistent. Let me show you. Let's see. Dual replays, and here's the first one. I do have two replays of each deck, and I'll go into the second deck here in a bit after we see those 2 replays. I'm gonna put a little bit more volume on this, or maybe a little bit less. Alright, so I'm playing against some Mako Tsunami because these are lower ranks games, and that's the only reason that I'm playing this deck. Because if I was higher, I probably wouldn't play, because then it wouldn't have a chance against anything that's top tier. So this is a fun deck, not a competitive. Well, you can play it in competitive, but it's not going to do as good in those higher tiers. You can play it from silver to maybe gold 3 or 4. So there's a Needlebug Nest and a Doomdog. They attack the Doomdog to get a Dark Necrofear, and then all I really need to do is be able to mill 2 Fiends, which I do, because most of the time you always mill those other 2 Fiends, and there you go. And I'm gonna put some volume on this because this is one of my favorite animations in the game, and that music is really, I think, really cool. Well, in my opinion, some of you might not like it, but I do. This is one of my favorite cards in the game, or my favorite animation. Let me put that volume back down. Alright, so Summon Shock about at 22, and he has a half shot, and that's fine. Doesn't really do anything. And then he does block both of my attacks, which it's kind of... I thought he had me after this, but I think he misplayed. I think that's one of his misplays. He didn't need to buff his monster, and it ends up costing him. And here's another opportunity where he could have had me again here in this coming up turn, but again he misplays again because, like I said, it's a lower tier gameplay, and some of these players do. I mean, I'm not sure if they're nervous or what it is, but they do make a ton of misplays. Not that I'm judging him or anything, but they could be a little bit better. He could have just blown up the field and he would have won, but he didn't. The only thing is I did have the Kuriboh, so I could defend once and maybe take control. So, but I don't know how I would have played it if I was him. But I think the biggest mistake he made was to attack or to tribute for his fish. I wouldn't have tribute. I would just attacked. And then the second one is against Joey Wheeler. And I think, or maybe it's not that the players are bad, it's just that they're trying fun decks kind of like what I'm doing. It's not really a competitive deck, and maybe they're doing the same thing, and they just put the deck together and then really don't know how to play it. Maybe that's what's going on in these lower ranks, which, I mean, I do the same thing. When if I'm in silver, I just play a ton of fun decks, and just it doesn't really matter what I'm playing against, or because a lot of them are, I'm guessing, fun decks as well. Because this guy's he's playing a fun deck too. He's playing the what is it, the Magnet Warriors, which, I mean, they're decent. They're not great. I really don't like them as much. Again, I open up perfect again, and you always open with those hands for some reason. And it's like if you had bans on, but you don't. And you always open with that Doom Dog or with a Needlebug's Nest, and you can summon Dark Necrofear extremely quick. Like I said, you can summon it within the first or second turn. Alright, so that's it. And here, I forgot that an Hour of Luck, it puts it on top of your deck and not to your hand, and I was thinking that it was going to go to my hand, but oh well. Then I attacked with it because I didn't know what it was, and luckily it was a Pump Princess and it didn't get destroyed. And I think here's another one of his mistakes, I think. But I don't know, I think it would have ended the same way, I think, maybe. So I take over his dragon with Dark Necrofear. Then I get Palabyrinth. Palabyrinth is really not necessary, it's just like a win more type of card. And in this particular instance, it's not really doing anything. So if you don't want to use Palabyrinth, use another trap. Or if you don't have Palabyrinth, just use a different trap. Alright, so that's it for that deck. And then, because I've been messing with it, with this deck on and off, and the other deck is... Go over here, and I am using the Destiny board, and like I said, it's a fun deck. It's not a competitive deck. I think it's this one. Let's see. I clicked on the same thing. Oh no, this is the next one. So this is a little bit more. I'm not gonna say anti-meta, but it kind of is, because it just puts everything into defense mode, and if you play against Harpy Lady, it does have a lot of counters to that, because it does have the 2 tornadoes and the 2 security orbs. You can switch it out if you don't have 3 enemy controllers. Switch it out, switch one of them for another security orb. And the deck is 1 Dark Necrofear, 3 Sphere Karibo, 3 Disc Blade Riders, 3 Shadow Slayers, and 2 Doomdog Octhros. I'm just gonna call them Doomdogs. 3 enemy controllers, 1 Storm, 2 Wild Tornadoes, and 2 Security Orbs. And again, like, this is a more of a beatdown deck, and it doesn't emphasize, or its main point isn't to get Dark Necrofear out, but rather to beat your opponent down as fast as possible. And the Shadows Layers allows you to do that, because if your opponent goes first and they set, which most of the time that's the only thing they do, you can just go ahead and attack directly. And if you're playing against Harpy's Hunting Ground, you do have a good matchup against it. Let me go ahead and go to the replays, because I think I do play against one Harpy's Hunting Ground, and the other one I can't remember what it was. No, it was one of the new zombie decks that just came out. Let's go back to Duel replays, and then Paradox Brothers. I don't remember the pegs. I think it was this one. Well, I did record 5 gameplays. I don't remember what the third one was. Well, I think one of them left, and I think it was a Weevil that left. Okay, playing against Mai. And again, this deck doesn't focus too much on summoning Dark Necrofear, but rather beat your opponent down, because it's a beatdown fiend deck. And I think I should have put Palabyrinth, but when I built it, I actually forgot to include it in, because it would have boosted the Shadows Layers also. But I did completely forget about it, and that's the reason that it's not on this list. So he summons his Harpy Lady, and it destroys the Sphere, which Sphere destroys the Harpy Lady in return. And then I summon, activate, and Sphere is really good because it combines with the display rider as well. It pushes him up because it's a normal trap card. Okay. And this deck just doesn't let your opponent attack. And I switched the display rider to the fence mode just in case he had a windstorm, but he didn't. And that was it. I think the Yamayugi, I think, is the one with the zombie deck. Alright, I'm not there at that 10 minute mark. Hopefully this, I don't think it takes too long. Because I think it just, well, I'm not gonna ruin it, but you'll see. The deck's extremely interesting, and I think I want to build something similar to it, but I don't have the cards for it yet, and I really don't wanna buy packs right now. And I think I'm out of gems. I think I only have like 150 gems. I know there's a different one. I think this one left after a bit. I don't remember this replay at all. Oh yeah, okay. So I remember this one. So what I try to do here is I try to bait an attack with when my monster has really low attack, and then destroy his pump princes with Wild Tornado, because I do have Wild Tornado, and I kind of want to bait that out. I want to bait an attack into a low attack monster, and on this one I'm kind of a douche on this one, because I do bait him a lot, like towards the end, and the game goes on for a bit. Attacked him. Because I haven't activated the tornado yet, because I'm trying to bait an attack from something else. And here it was a misclick. I wasn't supposed to put the display rider into defense mode, so since I put it into defense mode, I ended up activating tornado. But that was a misplay, and it was a misclick on the display rider, so I didn't have it out. And here I wasn't expecting the Neo Akumador at 3000 defense. But I do have enemy control, so I can just put it into attack mode. And this is already in the battle phase, so I'm gonna take a ton of damage. Then I'm gonna go ahead and activate the con, and then I'm gonna attack into the Yomi ship, and then it's just gonna end up destroying both monsters. And so I wasn't worried at all, because I had the security orb, and then he activated Destiny Bra. I think he drew up like kind of Magnet Warrior out of the Destiny Bra. So he gets security orb, and then I drop Dark Necrofear after that. So yeah, this is, like I said, one of the best animations in the game. I think the only other animation that's in par is that Black Luster Soldier one, but I still prefer this one over that one. Alright, so the next one's the zombie deck, and you can see how fast that deck is, and I think if it plays against a mill deck, it'll lose extremely quick, I think. Paradox Bros. T-Rice177. He has a little diamond icon. I wonder what that means. Alright, so I'm going first. So I was thinking he was playing 3-star demotion, but I don't think he was, or I didn't even notice what the skill was. I didn't notice it again. So I set, I didn't really have anything, and he has cards of the Redstone, which is one of the Red Eye Zombie Dragons. Sends another one. And Gosuke, I think he just drew a perfect hand, or I don't know if his deck is just extremely consistent, because it looks like it would be extremely consistent. He attacks again. Vampire Lord chooses Trap, okay, so the security orb. Display Rider and activate effect. He windstorms, and then after that, I think that's game. He just destroys me. There's really nothing I can do, because his deck's just extremely fast, and it's like a combo based deck. I'm guessing if he doesn't draw good, it doesn't do good, but in this particular game, I think he just drew everything he needed, and he just had everything that enemy controller too. And then he attacked me for game, and that was it. So I do think that the new pack is going to change the meta a bit. So because it does have a ton of good cards and a ton of support for a lot of archetypes. So there is going to be a ton of new decks out there. So do watch out for that. And I think that's going to be it for today. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you are enjoying my content, I do highly suggest that you do subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, I go ahead and suggest that you do leave a like. Otherwise, leave a dislike and let me know why it is that you disliked it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.